Something has happened up there. We've had a telex message saying that an infection has broken out.
Infection? What sort of infection?
Apparently a virus conveyed by the pod. Now, if you get that pod, you'll probably have to take precautions.
If. There's no question of if. I have sent my most efficient man.
To Antarctica?
Yes. It will be easier to acquire the pod there, rather than wait for its arrival in England with the resultant publicity. By that time, it will be better protected than the crown jewels.
You're going well outside the law, Mr. Chase.
I understand policemen are few and far between in the Antarctic.
Look, if there are any repercussions, have I your word you'll preserve my anonymity?
Don't worry. I always take care of my employees. It wouldn't do if a public servant of your standing were found betraying trust and selling secrets, would it?
No. On the other hand, I took up a career hoping to reach the top. But I've seen time-serving non-entities promoted over my head.
Yes, it must be most galling. And the only alternative is to seek other forms of reward, which you have most sensibly done. I think you will find that this is the amount we agreed for your help.
Yes, it's most generous.
A fair exchange, Dunbar. You want money, and I want that pod.
What's that down there?
It's our generator block.
Why so far from base?
Safety measure. It's a new fuel cell system being tested out here for the first time.
Let's take a look.
Well, you're supposed to be the botanist. Where would you keep this pot?
No, I suppose it must be here somewhere. Careful, that's valuable.
So what? There'll be nobody left to use it after we finish.
This is South Bend calling Camp 5. Coming Camp 5. Over.
What do we do?
This is South Bend calling Camp 5. Coming Camp 5. Over.
Camp 5. Receiving you. Over.
Is that you, Derek?
Yes. Coming, South Bend.
The weather's clearing this end. The Marines will get the medic crew as soon as possible.
Scorby! Scorby! Oh, of Only Fools and Horses fame. Yes, indeed. All viruses and pods in this one. A little bit too close to home at the moment, isn't it? That was called The Seeds of Doom. And it concluded Tom Baker's second season as the Doctor. And such was his notoriety and popularity at this point. I think we're probably, reaching certainly one of the most popular and incredible eras of the show's history. I think this was sort of in two parts. The first two episodes of which that sequence was part of were set in Antarctica, as we heard Chase explaining in that clip. And then the rest of the story was set back in England. I remember feeling this had a very sort of epic quality to it, didn't it? And Chase makes such a wonderful villain, doesn't he? It's just he does it all with the eyebrows and the eyes and sort of, not much movement in the mouth. It's a very effective performance, isn't it? I thought the creature there looked somewhat like the Axons from the Claws of Axos. I think it may have been the same costume, but just painted green. And why not? If you've got a good resource, it seems silly not to utilize it again. But yes, no, I loved all that sort of Antarctica stuff, and you know, the quite unnerving sort of actions of those men in the Antarctica base. You know, smashing up everything, you know, really quite sort of gripping stuff. And some very sort of gory bits in this, I think, as well. And possibly not for the faint-hearted, but a great story and a wonderful conclusion to, I believe it would have been season 13. Lucky for some.